Production.
What is poppin'? We're gonna go over Kirkland here. So shout out to Nick. This is a very interesting call out, and one that I think is super slept on. So if you don't know Kirkland, they make a bunch of different like retail food shit. They're like everywhere in Costco. They make shirts. They got freaking Kirkland cheese, Kirkland yogurt, Kirkland everything. So I think this one's interesting to bring up, especially in a time like this where, inflation is going through the roof, right? Everything's so much more expensive. And, well, we all got to eat. We all got to basically survive. And Kirkland is one of those companies that has pretty much everything you need for survival. And they're big at Costco. And I know this because I go to Costco and I buy a lot of Kirkland shit, right? So it's just interesting to see the stock, right? It's a volatile stock. So there's some opportunity here. We're going to mark out clear support and resistance zones just to make things real easy right off the rip, right? We've got a support here at $3.08, right? And then our most prevalent resistance right now is $4.43, right? So it is potential that we could be developing some sort of base in this zone here. We had a massive spike in volume the week of August 22nd in 2020, but as you could see, there was major sell-off. So that's interesting to see, and it seems to be that there's continuous sell-off once we get up into this resistance zone. So it might take a further while to develop a base in this area, but this could be the sideways consolidation, otherwise known as equilibrium trends, right? This could be a nice base that could be accumulating in this zone, which, could be a hint at that this could go higher in the future, right? Especially after a long period of a bear market and a sharp drawdown like this. You want to see long periods of sideways consolidation form so that you could fizzle out all the sellers, and then demand could then pick up and go in favor to the upside of this trade or this stock here. So I think that if you are the type of person who's like a positional trader or a swing trader, again, this isn't financial advice, I'm speaking from my opinion only, but it could be an idea to accumulate shares down here with like an idea like in mind, like something like this, where you're risking 20%, right? Depending on where you get in this zone, but you risk that if we break below this, and I'd be looking for signals like a massive bearish engulfing, super large increase in bear volume, or otherwise just plain up straight selling, I'd have like a 25%, kind of risk to the potential reward being us coming up into that $7 zone, or potentially even higher. Because look what happened with Kirkland here. Massive push, right? So this tends to move when it does get going. At least that's what we could see back in 2020. Now, what happened back in 2020? Let's look at that from like a macroeconomic perspective. The world was again in fear. Things at Costco, right? Like what, toilet paper was going like out of stock of toilet paper. Like people were rushing to get anything. So it's interesting to see that in like times of need, or in times that people are struggling, this stock seems to perform well. So that's something I would keep in mind here. We're going to be looking to see what happens. In the future, I'll be doing weekly breakdowns on this likely, just because it's a very interesting stock and I want to see the outcome of, the rest of this year with all the inflation and recession fears going on. Could this stock be another that's gonna perform pretty well in that time? So that's the breakdown here for Kirkland. Peace.